Recording in progress.
All right, I'll call to order the Center Region Council of Governments General Forum meeting for Thursday, September 25th. To order, please rise as you're able for the Pledge of Allegiance. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. You may be seated. Mr. Binkley, will you call the roll?
Mr. Balachandran? Here. Mr. Hayes? Mr. Herndon? Here. Mr. Kassav? Here. Ms. Kristen Cootie? Mr. Myers? Mr. Portney? Here. Mr. Bernier? Mr. Best?
Here.
Mr. Frank?
Here.
Ms. Mariner?
Here.
Ms. Trainer?
Here.
Mr. Heller?
Here.
Mr. Patterson?
Here.
Ms. Stevens? Ms. Strickland?
Here.
Mr. Thompson?
Here.
Mr. Beck? Ms. Hartle?
Here.
Ms. Perkins?
Here.
Mr. Piper? Mr. Cervello? Mr. Hammeister? Mr. Hardin?
Here.
Mr. Lord?
Here.
Ms. Moriarty? Mr. Wilson? Mr. Abrams? Ms. Hycheski?
Here.
Mr. Magruder? Ms. Robb?
Here.
And Ms. Whitman.
Here.
We do have a quorum, Mr. Chair.
All right, thank you. We will start with public comments. As usual, these are going to be for items not on the agenda. Each member will have about 5 minutes to speak. And we'll start in the room. Any public comments in the room? And then we'll go online. Any public comments online? Seeing none, we'll go to an introduction. And I believe our representative from the library, our library director will give the introduction.
Thank you so much, Chair. It is an absolute pleasure tonight to introduce to all of you Hannah Bailey. Hannah actually celebrated her 1 year, we call it their SCLO-versary, actually with us last month. She began working at SCLO. She made an incredible difference in our patron services department, and then she moved on to our office manager position, which she's now been in for a few months. The customer service skills, the dedication to serving our community that she displayed at our busy patron services desk are definitely coming to the forefront as she fills this position. Hannah, would you like to say a few words?
Good evening, everyone. It's really nice to meet you. Thank you for having me. As Lisa said, my name is Hannah Bailey. I started at SCLO a little over a year ago, transitioned into this current role in May of this year, and I'm just really excited to be able to serve the community and to be able to assist with the library's operations through my role. I grew up going to SCLO, so it's a real honor to work there, and I have a great team of coworkers, and it's just really exciting. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Welcome aboard.
Thank you.
All right, if there are no new agenda items nor corrections to the minutes, I would entertain a motion to approve the consent agenda.
So moved.
Do we have a second? All right, got a motion by Mr. Best, second by Mr. Patterson. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed say no. All right, motion passes. Resolution 25-8, a resolution thanking Jim Byers for his years of service at SCLO Center Region Library. And we will recognize Ms. Collins.
I should have totally stayed over here. I was like getting my steps in tonight. So there are always certain partners that you work with, certain individuals that you work with in the community, and they just roll up their sleeves and they work right alongside of you. And they do that on the good days and on the challenging days. And for over 27 years, Jim Byers has been one of those people at SCLO Library. Now, he didn't want to join me here tonight because that's Jim. He is so incredibly giving, but he doesn't want to be in the spotlight. But the resolution is a very well-deserved spotlight on Jim and an opportunity for us to thank him on behalf of the community that he has served for so many years. So I wanted to go ahead and just read the resolution to you. This is a resolution honoring Jim Byers for 27 years of distinguished service to SCLO Center Region Library and the Center Region community. Whereas Jim Byers has served with exceptional dedication and distinction as the owner and material pickup driver at Handy Delivery Service. So Jim is the individual that goes out to all of those remote returns on all days, in all weather, and makes that happen. Whereas Jim Byers has profoundly impacted the library community through his tireless efforts to pick up library materials from book returns and deliver library materials to several local retirement communities. Whereas Jim Byers was a valued and respected colleague admired for his knowledge, work ethic, and positive personal attributes, including his sense of humor, his attention to detail, and his willingness to always go the extra mile to help both library staff and patrons. Whereas the insight and expertise of Jim Byers were instrumental in installing and replacing several book returns, assisting with the pilot program for pickup lockers, and consistently working alongside library staff to streamline material returns. Whereas Jim Byers has served as a positive and guiding force, leaving a lasting legacy at SCLO Library and for the patrons served, now therefore be it resolved that the Center Region Council of Governments, on behalf of the entire staff and community, officially recognizes Jim Byers' outstanding achievements and invaluable contributions to SCLO Center Region Library and the Center Region community. Be it further resolved that the Center Region Council of Governments extends its profound appreciation and gratitude to Jim Byers for his dedicated service, and further extends its sincere best wishes for a long, healthy, and happy retirement filled with new adventures and fulfilling pursuits. Maybe we'll get him to volunteer just for a few hours, which would be pretty awesome. Resolved this 25th day of September 2025, meeting in regular session. So thank you so much, Jim, and thank you for giving us this opportunity to celebrate all of his hard work with everyone. Really appreciate it.
Thank you. May we have a motion to approve the resolution?
Motion to approve.
Okay, I had a motion by Ms. Whitman, seconded by Mr. Kasab. Any remarks that the General Forum wanted to make? If not, all those in favor of adopting the resolution say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed say no.
Aye.
All right. And send Jim our thanks and for his service. And like you said, maybe he'll volunteer. Always welcome to come back. Next, the aerial tower truck 5-2 replacement, and we will recognize the fire director.
Thank you. So Sean Kaufman, Center Region Fire Director. I want to just take a moment to give you 2 updates on the Alpha Fire Company. So today we laid to rest one of our longtime members, C. Marvin Robinson. Robbie joined the Alphas in 1967, held the position of Fire Chief, President, and Fire Police Captain. Just a, one of our anchors. So we gave him a great send-off today, and even in the pouring rain. So we figured he was up there making it rain, since that would be one of the things he would do. But again, we just want you to keep the Alphas and the Robinson family in your thoughts and prayers as we move forward. So thank you. Another happier note, the Alpha Fire Company received an Assistance to Firefighter grant from the FEMA. Yesterday we got approval for a grant that's in the amount of about $87,000. It's a health and safety grant. It's designed for firefighter physicals, cancer screening, immunizations, and mental health support. So we're going to be able to utilize that grant to support the volunteers of the Alpha Fire Company, and hopefully lessen the burden on our Relief Association, and then we can use some of those extra funds to support some of our fire apparatus and rescue equipment that we purchased. So I'm happy to say that that'll be moving forward in the next couple years. And then on the agenda tonight is the purchase of the 2030 aerial tower replacement for Tower 5-2. When I took the position in 2023, we revised our fleet management plan. We moved the 2009 Pierce and 2009, 1975 Pierce aerial scope up in the replacement schedule to 2030. That vehicle was refurbished in 2009. It was our 1975 aerial. That aerial truck was the workhorse of the fire service for many, many years. And that aerial now is getting to the point where it needs replaced. The 1975 technology no longer can be supported, and we're getting ready to replace it. Unfortunately, our fire truck manufacturer has about a 4-year backlog for ordering aerial apparatus. And so what we're looking for today is the opportunity to sign that purchase order, and that purchase order would be in the amount of $2,351,197. That puts us in the queue. It also gets us ahead of an October price increase. By doing it tonight and not waiting until next year, the first of the year, we can save another additional $100,000 on the cost of that aerial truck. And then it'll still be delivered probably near the end of 2029 and be put in service in 2030. So it'll fit right into our fleet management plan. So again, it's a long ways out. Unfortunately, that's the way the fire truck manufacturing is going right now, but I'm asking us to commit to that so we can send a purchase order to Pierce in the amount that's in the agenda. Any questions for me?
Mr. Herndon.
Yeah, thanks so much. So if I recall correctly, Pierce is the company that demoed a hybrid electric fire truck to Alpha a few months ago. And I guess I was looking at their website, I didn't see that they had an aerial truck that was electric. But I wonder if you've checked with them and with other manufacturers about the availability of electric aerial trucks?
Right. So right now there is not a manufacturer that's producing an aerial truck that's an EV. Right now, Pierce is one of the leaders in terms of the EV market, but it's only for their pumper trucks. And the one that we did have here for the demo was that vehicle that they're right now, manufacturing a few of those a year to across the nation. The aerial trucks are just a little bit different in terms of their makeup, and to add a battery of that size to that vehicle would make it a very large vehicle. But yeah, so it's not on the market yet.
So the existing one is built originally in 1975.
Right.
And now we are in 2025, so that's 50 years that it's lasted. Is that?
Well, 50 years for the aerial. So in 2009, we took that vehicle, sent it to the manufacturer, Pierce. They stripped it apart. They totally rebuilt that aerial, put all new hydraulics, all new seals, and only the structure of that aerial was being used when it got refurbished. So now it's another additional 20 years old. And like I said, the technology within that particular 1975 aerial is being well exceeded. The safety components and other things to go with it. You really can't build a vehicle like that today.
Yeah, I'm just thinking, if this one lasts similarly, if we get it in 2030, it's going to be running well through the 2050s, and if we refurb it, it could be in the 2080s.
Right.
And so, I'm just thinking, how much carbon budget will we have in the 2050s or in the 2080s left in the entire world? And so, I understand that there's no available option, but I hope you can at least pass on to them our strong desire for such an option. Right. And, I don't know how the 4-year build time works, but maybe there's an option that in this incredibly long construction process, if they come up with something better, we could upgrade.
Right. And we're really getting in line. And one of those things that is available, if there was new technology that comes about while we're in line, we will certainly bring that back if there's an opportunity. And I would do that if it had to do with just anything that would, increase the safety of that vehicle. If it have to cost more, we may have to come back to the body during that 4-year time period. But at this point in time, it gets us in line, secures us a price, and we avoid that price increase in October.
Thank you.
I do just want to provide some clarification on this, because kind of using the term aerial like the Smurfs use the term Smurf here. Aerial is both the truck, but we're referring to the ladder was saved.
Yeah.
The truck was replaced. So it is not, we won't get 50 years out of the entirety of it. We would still have to replace a truck chassis.
Yeah.
But just want to make sure that everybody understand, since we use the same term for both the entirety and one component.
Thank you. Mr. Portney and then Mr. Balachandran.
Sure. Borough night tonight. I was wondering, because I see that the fund balance is at $2.46 million. How has that been built up? And this would take 2.35 of it away. How did we build that up over the last years?
Yeah, so
That is what it was projected to be in 2029. That's not what it is currently
What is
at.
it currently?
I believe we're at like 1 point.
it should be, at the end of 2026, it should be around 1.6.
At the end of next year?
Yeah.
So we're
We're-
doing
we're-
municipal contributions to it. Are we being asked to contribute more than we already have been?
No.
Okay.
No, this is, you have an 8% per year escalator
Wow.
on this that has been built in. That has been the plan. Yeah, 8%, correct?
8% for fire
And-
apparatus. So this year's budget has $572,000 for apparatus in the capital fund.
Wow.
And then next year's budget will have 600, an 8% escalator, so it'll be about 618,000, and it moves up from there. But what you have is a relatively flat increase every year, so we're not having a bunch of peaks and valleys when we're trying to buy new fire apparatus.
Okay.
So the plan that's in place for our fleet management allows for the purchase of these vehicles. Before we get this one, this year coming, we're purchasing a vehicle, and it's going to be $960,000. I think we just wrote that check not too long ago, right? And that vehicle's being manufactured as we speak. And so when that vehicle comes in, we'll pay for that out of that capital fund. It'll decrease the fund balance, and then each year
We'll build it back up.
we build it back up. And then within that time period, from now until 2030, we will buy other vehicles, smaller ones and things like that. But the fleet management plan allows for that.
And this is just my question, I guess. Is that an interest-bearing account that's growing? Is that in a trust somewhere, or it is? What per rate is it growing at right now?
Our investments are either with FNB or Pliget, which is a municipal thing. We are in Pliget Prime, and that is the force.
And how much?
It's in force. I
Okay.
don't know the exact percentage.
Great, awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, and we looked at that several times, whether it's worth, taking a loan or,
Yeah.
putting the money away. So we've been looking at that over the years as well. We think right now we're in the best possible position.
Thank you, guys. Good job. Thanks.
Mr. Balachandran, followed by Mr. Patterson.
I was wondering, thanks a lot for this. When, maybe I missed this, but you were talking about this is just to put you in line, right, for the aerial truck. Do you have to put any money down? You said you can just kind of get out from it if something better comes along, but is there any downside to going and putting ourselves in line? Is there any earnest money or anything like that you have to put down, or is it one of those things where you could literally get out of it risk-free if something better comes along in a year or two?
Yeah, so this particular motion tonight will commit us to this purchase through the purchase order. So we're getting in line. We're not committing actual funds at this time, so there's no money changing hands, but we're committing to it through a purchase order with Pierce, committing ourselves to that. In terms of the amount of risk that's there, we've discussed that, I think, in public safety and both in finance. There's very little risk for us at this point in time getting in line. Because of the number of these trucks that there are, that people are trying to purchase at this time, and the fact that there's a 4-year backlog, we're not building a custom truck that nobody else would purchase. So if the COG went defunct in 2 years, so we could get out of that contract with them or out of that purchase order because somebody else would be willing to take that vehicle. So there's very little risk moving forward there. The biggest benefit from getting in now is some cost savings and locking in that price. And if we wait 4 years, we're going to be 4 years out most likely as well. So we really have to get in line if we want that vehicle in 2030.
And so to confirm, we don't have to put any line, you don't have to put any money down to just get a purchase order.
Correct.
It's simply just telling them, okay.
Yeah.
Great, thank you.
And it commits our money in our funds so that I have it locked up in our capital plan.
And we'll move over to Ferguson Township with Mr. Patterson.
Thank you. Sean, I really like kind of the thinking through this, but actually both of the last two questions got me thinking. Number one, how many trucks do they make a year? Do you know? Of this type? Okay, just curious.
I don't know exactly.
Yeah, it's just, they've just got so many.
They've got so many
They just can't make
requests.
enough
Right.
to pump them out fast enough, so we're gonna get in line, that's why we're doing this earlier.
Right.
Great. And then number two, I know you mentioned about getting a loan, but did we look at the municipal bond market to see what we can do there? And, you know, is there an opportunity to get a bond at 3%, let the money ride at 4%, and we're just kind of paying off the 3%, you know, pay the 3% and in order to make a point and put that towards other expenses? Maybe you don't know, that's okay, but it's something to investigate to see if it makes sense to do that.
Right, I think that information needs to be obtained at the time that we'd have to expend the funds.
Negative. We could actually
Do it now?
We could, yeah, we explore kind of a municipal bond now, because it takes time to get it, and that's one of the things I heard a long time ago, like it takes forever to do the paperwork on that. So if we've got a 4-year lead time before doing that, we've got 4 years to kind of explore what it would take, and then if it is, you know, 3% municipal bond, we can start locking in those rates now with all the paperwork. Let's just toss that out there.
We have to do some new exploration because one of the reasons that the Parks and Recreation Authority exists is because in the past, COGs were not allowed to borrow funds. They existed to be able to take the notes on our behalf, and then the municipalities paid for those, but only an authority could do so.
Or a municipality, not a
I have asked DCD, and they were unsure. This is probably going to be questions that we have to have with our bank on whether or not they are willing to lend to an organization that has no taxing authority on its own. The COG does not have the ability to charge rates. Only an authority or the municipality can do so outside of the basic services. We have enterprise funds, we can do that, but fire is not one of our enterprise services. So we can investigate more, but historically that has not been an option available to us.
But similar to this building, there's perhaps some other municipalities that may get involved, and that's between you and
the municipalities could invest in bonds themselves and then send that money to the COG at the appropriate time.
Copy that.
I appreciate it, and that's above my pay grade, I'll leave that.
All good, thank you.
Thank you.
Any other questions on the purchase? If not, I would entertain a motion and then move forward to deliberation. So you're moving the motion as stated in the packet, Mr. Courtney?
As recommended by the Public Safety Committee, Finance Committee, and Executive Committee, commit to purchase the 2030 aerial tower, Truck 5-2, and authorizes staff to issue a purchase order in the amount of $2,351,197 to Pierce Manufacturing.
You didn't want to increase that, Josh?
You're the one who does that.
I don't think we need Patterson padding.
I don't know about that.
Come on, Josh, let's do it.
You want a second?
Come on board, second. Yes.
Okay, there you go.
All right, we got a motion by Mr. Courtney of State College, second by Mr. Patterson of Ferguson. Any discussion on this?
Just great work on staff, and I hope you municipal managers will take note and maybe perhaps look into some muni bonds with Executive Director Estelle.
If nothing further, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed say no.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Motion passes. Resolution 25-7, a resolution authorizing a grant application for EV infrastructure at the COG building, and we will recognize the Executive Director.
Okay. Do our best to not rehash everything from last month. This is a resolution to authorize a grant application so that we can apply for the full sum of money to do the original project that we had originally applied for an AFIG grant for. The intent is to use the basics of that AFIG grant application for the local share account. Last year was the first year COGs were eligible for the local share account grant program. It does not require matching funds, and we can go up to $1 million for this grant application. I took the original numbers that had been calculated before, used the quote that we received this year, and updated the prior grant numbers for that. That does not lock us into any particular design for the infrastructure. However, the intent would be the original plan, which was to essentially come along the entire outside of the parking lot with chargers, including public charging over here at the beginning of our lot. So this is authorization so that I can do the grant application.
Any questions? Mr. Portney?
So we had a very long and hard
Yes.
discussion last time about this. If we got this grant, would it be a part of the proposal that you presented us last time? And would that shift the burden of costs to this grant?
So the two EVs are in our parking lot now. Those have already been purchased. Everything else on the infrastructure side, wipe away. This would be paying for the entirety of the infrastructure project to put new chargers in with the new electric supply. This would have its own independent electric supply likely. But so full design, we would wait until we get closer to see if we get it. Mr. Herndon has brought up some ideas about potential solar options to help charge the entire system. We would look at other options for that, but we have a good base number to work with based on the original application.
Okay, so, and we punted on the larger discussion. What I'm trying to get at is, will that larger discussion come back up for us?
If we receive this grant, then there are no municipal dollars needed
Okay.
to complete
That's
the
what I
entire
wanted to-
charging
that's-
infrastructure.
That's what I wanted to hear, and I appreciate that.
Yep.
Thank you.
Any questions? Mr. Lord?
I think I asked this last time.
What's Plan B?
Plan B is we continue to charge as they will be starting next week. We will work on actual written agreements with both Ferguson and Patton Township likely, as they both have charging infrastructure, to see if we can charge at their units when they are available. Otherwise, Walt has spoken to his staff about getting the units out to some of the other paid charging stations in the region to charge there. They will work on their laptops while they are at those chargers and then bring the cars back. Once fully charged, they can get at least a week's worth of driving out of them.
Very long extension cords.
That's plan C.
Yeah. Yeah, my understanding, if we can get this grant, this is gonna be the most ideal because we won't have all the, extension cords and other.
Correct.
And it sounds like it would also free up some closer to the building space that the public can take advantage of charging themselves or even just being able to park closer to the building.
And we have had individuals who have been told, not by us, but have been told by others to show up at our building that they could charge their personal vehicles here, and we have had to disconnect their vehicles and let them know what we have is not public charging infrastructure here.
Mr. Portney?
Have we talked to our legislative allies and partners yet, or is this going to be like a, let's do this and then we talk?
Let's do this and then we will talk.
Okay.
And I plan on using our grants specialist to help us on this. We have an in-house resource who has an excellent track record at bringing funds into our agencies.
Mr. Herndon?
Thanks. Getting nearly $500,000 in grant money would be amazing.
Yeah.
So yeah, I support this, but I still truly hope that even if we get this money, that we can come up with a better design. Like I've said in messages, I'd rather purchase solar panels, cover our parking lot in solar panels, have batteries, have a whole microgrid. I think we could literally do that for less money than what this costs, and I hope even if we get this money, we go that path, because that would be less upfront and then massively less in the long term, because you'd be generating your own electricity. So I hope that we can think outside the box and find a way to lower our costs both upfront and in the long term, even if we get this grant money. But I think we should absolutely apply for the grant, because who doesn't want $500,000?
Kind of like where you're going there with that. Any other just questions on this? If not, the executive committee helped craft a very long motion in your agenda packet. Mr. Portney.
Yeah, I hate to ask another question, but I was reading through horse race development, racehorse development. That's cool, but is that the only source of money that could potentially come? Like, so there are so many grant opportunities in the Commonwealth, especially in DCED. So is this, if say we don't get here, or can we simultaneously apply to horse race grant thing, whatever, and also other sources of money?
While DCD has many grant opportunities, they do not have many grant opportunities for COGs.
Okay.
I have I worked with the COG group, our statewide association, to petition DCD for assistance in trying to get more statewide grants available to COGs. But so far there are not many. You'd see most of the grants that come through the MPO, which is a separately kind of recognized unit, come in through the authority. But COG itself does not get much in the way of grant dollars because there's not much open to us.
Thank you.
You're very welcome.
If nothing further, do we have a motion?
So moved.
Okay. Do we have a second?
Second. I'll second.
Yeah. Okay. So got a motion by Mr. Patterson of Ferguson, seconded by Mr. Herndon of State College. Any further discussion on this? And just for the record, it is stated, it's a long motion, but it is in the record and was advertised. All those in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed, say no.
Aye.
Right. Passes. Next will be the COG Employee Dental and Vision Plan, and we will recognize the HR Director and the Executive Director.
Good evening, everyone. Our proposal for the new dental and vision plan has already been reviewed and supported by the HR, Finance, and Executive Committees, so I'm going to try to keep it brief for you this evening, as I know many of you have seen this once, if not twice. So in short, the current COG dental vision is a reimbursement plan that we have. It's no longer a competitive benefit. We're proposing to move to an actual insurance plan through Guardian Dental and Vision. The proposed plan is a little more expensive than the reimbursement plan that we have now, but we've run the numbers and agree it's a reasonable increase for a better plan. Currently, the dental vision premiums are split, with 90% of the premium being paid by the employer and 10% being paid by the employee. We're proposing to increase the staff contribution, phase it in over a period of 2 years, so changing that split to 85-15 in 2026 and to 80-20 by 2027. So between the fund balance that's available there, what we already have budgeted for our current dental vision reimbursement plan, and the increase to staff contributions, the proposal to implement the new plan is budget neutral in 2026. There wouldn't be an impact to the COG budget until 2027, which would be about $13,000. Overall feedback from staff about this proposal has been positive. They're willing to pay more for a better plan, and overall it's a more competitive package and more in line with what our municipal partners offer. So timing is what's tricky about this, and that's why we're here before you this evening. We would like your approval to move forward so we can do a January 1, 2026 implementation. And with your approval tonight, that would allow us to roll the details of the plan out to our staff so they could make an informed decision before our open enrollment period that occurs in November. So if you have any questions, I'm happy to dig into more of the details. Otherwise, there is a motion in your packets for your consideration.
Any questions on the plan? If not, I would entertain a motion. Okay, got a motion by Ms. Whitman of Patton, second by Mr. Casaba. State College, any discussion? I could tell from the committees, our staff will really appreciate this benefit, so.
I was just going to say thank you
yep.
on behalf of the COG
Yep.
staff. Appreciate it.
If there is no further discussion, all those in favor say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, say no. All right, motion passes. University report, we will recognize Mr. Morales.
Hello, everybody. Sorry about that. Yeah, thank you, everybody. Thank you, Mr. Chair. I don't have much. I just wanted to recognize that this past Saturday, the university hosted our first local government expo to great success. We had over 50 students who attended, and this was an 8 a.m. start on a Saturday. And the sun was shining and it was a beautiful day, and so really thankful for the students who showed up and had a great time. Wanted to extend my thanks to some folks in the room. I can't see them, but I know they're tucked in the corner, but Tom Fontaine and Amy Farkas, there you go, our camera's flipped. But I want to thank them for their leadership and for showing up and participating in the event. And I know some others were there, Mari, and I apologize if I've left out any others, but thank you all. We hope to continue to do this often. I know we already have started conversations and planning for the next one, albeit maybe in the spring or perhaps most likely next fall. So again, it was by all accounts a great success, and just really thankful for all the help. And really, you know, the opportunity to introduce the great work that you all do to our students and open their eyes to the opportunities and the potential that exist locally in local government. So that was one that I had. Of course, this is whiteout weekend. Things are busy. If you haven't been by Old Main Lawn yet, the college game day set is fully, it's up and running. So we're excited to have a great weekend, and you know, hopefully things go our way on the field. But of course, if there's any questions, concerns, or anything, you know, please let me know. I'm available, and you all know how to get in touch with me. So that's really all I have at the moment, but happy to answer any questions. And I also apologize for not being there in person. We had some child care stuff going on, so appreciate you letting me zoom in.
Any questions for Mr. Morales? Not, thank you very much.
All right, thank you all. Have a great night.
All right, next we have the State College Area School District report, and we will welcome back our former COG chair, Mr. Jesse Barlow, State College Area School Director.
I think I got this backup duty because my colleagues thought I really missed COG meetings a whole lot, you know. But I just came from Park Forest Middle School, where they are discussing the building of the new Park Forest Middle School, and just some things that you might want to know. It's going to be basically a carbon neutral school. Its goal is to be lead goal. We have obtained grants, both the Solar for a School and from the Inflation Reduction Act for solar panels, which will pay for about 2/3 of them. And we're going to build it to roughly the same specs in the sort of lead hierarchy as the high school and the grade schools. The high school is lead gold, and there are like 3 grade schools that are lead platinum. And we're working on Patton Township to make sure that we're doing everything right. We have also passed some policies on IDs for school and some security policies, which I'll leave you to read about in some of our minutes. And that's my report for this month, if you have any questions.
Any questions for Mr. Barlow? If No, thank you. And then we'll go to the executive director's report.
Thank you very much. First, I want to thank everybody who was able to come out yesterday for the grand opening of Whitehall Road Regional Park. And also thank Christy and her entire team, all of the COG agencies who had representation there and booths there to kind of show off the range of services that COG offers in the region. It is an interesting thing as I'm new to the area still, and as I meet other neighbors and they all want to know what I do, and I have to say, are you familiar with COG? And almost to a person they say no. They say, do you know what SCLO is? Yes, I'm there all the time. Great, that's us. Have you gone to a park? Great, that's us. Have you had a home inspection? That's us as well. Hopefully you haven't had a fire, but you know that Sean and his team are there for you. And yesterday was a great opportunity to see kind of the full range of COG offerings laid out at Whitehall, to see staff from each of our agencies out there showing off the kinds of services that we offer. And it was also just a great opportunity to celebrate a great achievement in getting the park open. I go walking through that park at least every weekend, and that playground is packed on a regular basis. I love to see it, and I've commented on this over and over again, but there are just as many, if not more, parents and grandparents in there as there are children, and they are using it as a gathering space. The dads are off in a corner. Moms are over in another corner, or sitting on a bench together. It is really become a true gathering place in the region, and that's a wonderful thing to see. But seeing kids of different abilities all playing together. For those of you who didn't get to go yesterday, through the entire hour of speeches, there was the joyous sound of kids at play behind us. It really added a great kind of symphony to everything else that was going on, and overshadowed anything we had to say for how important that was. So I really appreciate all the work that went into it. I know it has been a long time coming, and there are too many people involved for me to name now. We named as many as possible yesterday, but I just wanted to recognize that again. As I already mentioned, the new electric vehicles are out in the parking lot. I'm sure Walt would be happy to show them to you. They're cars, if anybody hasn't been in one before. These ones just happen to be electric. You're not going to notice much difference from the outside to them, but they're very quiet, very nice, and we are going to have those in use very soon. Want to take another moment to remind everybody that just like this month, next month's COG meeting is on a Thursday, not a Monday. As the municipal managers and I will be in Tampa for the ICMA conference, and every single one of us received phone calls during last year's meeting while we were away. We scheduled next month's meeting to be on Thursday after we have returned, so that we can attend for that important budget meeting of COG. And lastly, I just wanted to take a moment. The biggest work that has been done here over the last month plus has been on the COG budget. So I wanted to thank the entire staff, all of the staff that filters up into that budget process, all the agency directors, especially Kim and her finance team, who have been working around the clock, producing more spreadsheets than anyone cares to see, recalculating things even today when we find one other little thing and that changes 4 different spreadsheets and columns. They are there and at it and making sure that everything is in place. Before you leave, there are paper copies of the summary budget over here on the table if you have not already grabbed one, we are looking at an overall 4.5% increase, which is below the goal for the year. And that is including all of the CGTV items that were proposed and added in through those finance meetings. Especially want to thank the committee for all of their hard work, all of the great questions. I think that this year's process went much smoother than last year's as we learned a bit more. But I especially wanted to take the time to thank Mr. Rich Frank for all of his efforts on this. For those of you who don't know, over the last several years, Rich has given countless hours to working with the COG staff through challenging transitions on the overall budget and budget process, COG finances as a whole. And that dedication really built the strong base for the work that we do today. While staff has taken on more of the work this year, the success of the process reflects the investment that Rich has made into this process and into our team. So I just wanted to take a moment to thank him for all that he has done for us. Thank you. And I will conclude with that, unless anybody has any questions for me.
I was going to say, Rich, you have put a lot of work into past budgets. As a matter of fact, you've even taken them on the road. I remember that one when we were in Pittsburgh for PML. You were constantly outside of meetings and seminars all about the budget. So yeah, takes some dedication there. Any questions for the executive director? If not, we'll go to the agency director reports, and we'll recognize Ms. Collins.
Thank you very much, Chair. So it's September. It is National Library Card Sign-Up Month. And this is always a little bit more special in the Center Region because I wanted to remind you all of our commitment to working with the State College Area School District so that every new student and every kindergartner coming into the State College Area School District receives a library card. That really sets the stage for them being connected to the resources that we have to offer. In addition, it also sets the stage for them to someday, or even that day, sign up with their parent or guardian to the SCLO to School program, where they can put holds on library items from SCLO Library and get them delivered to their school. This is an incredibly complex, it sounds so easy, but this is a very complex process to get all of our communication working and to get that to happen. But we were really excited. If you go into the Patron Services Office in the last couple of days, staff are working on hundreds and hundreds of library cards and little welcome student brochures that go out for everyone. So it's really an exciting moment in our area and a great way to celebrate National Library Card Sign-Up Month. I also would encourage all of you, if you don't have a library card, if your library card is expired, it is very, very easy for you to go to our website, sign up for a library card. You can have it sent to your home, or you can come in and we'll make it available for you that way. So please make sure that you're helping us get the word out. It really is such an incredible access to a number of resources and freely available for everyone in our community, the great equalizer. So thank you so much.
Any questions?
Mm-hmm.
Just out of curiosity, do
kindergartners who live in Half Moon Township also get a library card?
They do. We participate with all of the schools in the State College Area School District, and also some of the charter schools that are interested in it as well.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
Yeah. No barriers to library cards, no matter what. Yeah, it's very important. So.
My kids got their library cards. I was so excited.
Any other questions? Thank you.
Thank you.
Any other agency directors wanted to make any remarks? Seeing none, we can go to our authority boards and committee reports. Executive committee, basically ran through everything this evening, so any questions? Finance committee, Mr. Frank.
As you may or may not have heard, there's been a significant amount of effort invested in the COG budget in the past month. As the director indicated, that was distributed, the summary budget was distributed earlier this evening, and it resulted in a 1.2% better result than when we adjourned our finance meeting. So that's always a good day. I would just like to extend my thanks for the time and conscientious thought and allowing me to talk too much to COG staff, the region finance directors, and your finance committee consisting of Mr. Heller, Ms. Perkins, Mr. Harden, Ms. Krzyzewski, and our vice chair, Ms. Krishnakudi. I would draw your attention to the summary budget. I think the executive director will be spending quality time with you in your upcoming municipal meetings. I would like to draw out the significant effort that COG staff has invested in transparency towards the fund balance. Please be acknowledged that all fund balance is not created equal. Some can't be touched, some has much restrictions, some has already been assigned, some has already been committed, and then there's this really, really small part that's unassigned and we can do something else with. So please pay attention to that and ask your finance committee members about that as we move forward. That's all I have, Mr. Chair.
All right. Any questions for Mr. Frank? If not, look over the summary budget, all the budget workshops. They were broadcast on CNET. Appreciate CNET for that. I think there's about 11 hours of meeting in there, but you can filter through the clickable items in there. You can even speed up if you're okay with hearing everyone talk very fast. But encourage everyone to just do their homework and go into your meetings and ask good questions, and hopefully we'll be back with an adopted budget next month. HR committee, again, we covered that tonight, so if anyone has any questions or any comments, if not, Parks Capital Committee did not meet. Public safety, Mr. Kassab.
Thank you. Our meeting was held on September 9th, and pretty much forum's already gotten the information that we discussed, and that was the resolution authorizing grant application for the EV infrastructure and the 2030 aerial tower truck 5.2. So that was pretty much it was a quick meeting, put it that way.
Okay. Any questions for Mr. Kassab? If not, facilities committee was unable to meet due to a lack of a quorum. Land use and community infrastructure committee, as well as the climate action and sustainability committees, did not meet. Parks and Recreation Governance Special Committee, Mr. Frank.
Yes, Mr. Chair. We had a very good meeting. For those hopefully aware, we distributed 2 different documents to the authority and the municipal managers for comments. The base one of that is an intermunicipal agreement between the Parks and Rec Authority, the COG, and the partner member municipalities. We received comments back from those, and we reviewed all of those for working towards the best document that we could get, trying to make it good, maybe not perfect, but good. And we were going to see a revised draft of that at our next meeting with the intent of getting something to the municipalities and COG and the authority to sink their teeth into.
Okay. Any questions? All right. If not, where am I at here? Scloche Center Regional Library Board. Did you have anything further to add, Ms. Collins? Actually, speaking of the library, one thing I just wanted to share, yesterday over at the Ferguson Township Municipal Building, Ben from Troop 44, as a part of their Eagle Scout project, they had a ribbon cutting of the Little Free Library in honor of DJ Lilly, who worked for the library and passed recently. So nice lasting gift to the community. It's been well in use. Also want to thank the Ferguson Township staff. They've been very passionate of filling that with reading materials. I heard that created a little bit of lively discussion between staff as different books were coming in and out, but just thank everyone in the community, and especially thank Ben for putting this together, and wish him, from one Eagle Scout to hopefully a soon to be Eagle Scout, wish him success as he works towards earning that rank there. So thank you again. Center Region Parks and Recreation Authority, did we have anyone here to speak on that, or any questions or remarks that we can send back to them? If not, Ms. Farkas, do you have anything for EM Council?
Nothing to add, thank you.
All right, thank you. Other business, any matters of record anyone want to bring forward? If not, Miss Adams, step on up.
Hi, yeah, Pam Adams, Center Region Planning Director. I just wanted to let everyone know for the power purchase agreement, since the 10 organizations have all signed their documents, we've now set the date for the first meeting of the Center County Solar Group, and that will be on October 8th at 8:30 a.m. That's a Wednesday. And the plan is, it's the first meeting, so we'll set the logistics, get the chair, vice chair, review the MOU that sort of sets the structure. We'll get the draft after action report from the SPPA working group process that has taken us 5+ years to get to this point. And then we'll be able to provide an update on the project. So it's October 8th at 8:30 a.m.
All right, do you have a location for that meeting?
Oh, yep, location is the Panorama Building at the State College Area School District.
Thank you.
Josh.
Do you have any update on the financing question? If they have gotten any word or any new updates on that?
I don't have any updates on that. There will be meetings prior to that, and we're inviting and trying to get the developer to come to that meeting as well. But
to come to the 8th meeting?
Yeah, but that agenda will go out next week, and we will provide an update at that meeting.
Okay,
that's the plan.
I had a quick clarifying question, because I remember I looked back in the document, the risks document that you guys printed for us. One of it mentioned that if the financier doesn't like the loan or has the loan called or whatnot, and the financier is not happy with it, it referred to language that said that there was a financier. Was there a financier at that point, or was that just a projecting,
Projecting.
Okay, so at that point there was no financier.
Yep.
Do these things typically get financing before, or what is the, I don't know, I guess.
I don't know.
This is the first time we've done this, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Any other questions for Ms. Adams?
Yes. Ms. Adams, most of the, just maybe recap, this is the school board, because of their 50+%, they're the lead on this, right? It's Mr.
Correct.
Brown, that's kind of the
Lead
head of that group,
coordinator,
right?
yep.
Okay, so I guess most of the information would be kind of within his purview, because he's having all the communications, because the school board's the lead, is that correct?
Correct.
Okay. And then to Josh's point about financing, maybe it's just more of a comment in real estate deals, until you got a signed lease, you can poke around with financiers, but no one's gonna do anything until they have stuff in place to say, here's the deal, it is ready to go, money.
Correct. That's my understanding of, once the documents have been signed, then the developer can start the process.
Copy that.
Which we've had since June. I just want to note that we've had that since June.
Sure.
Is that a correct timeline? That we've had, from our part, the documents have been signed since June 16th?
Correct.
Okay. I just want to make sure we're on the same timeline. Thank you.
Financing does take time. And then, and maybe you don't know, but it's probably a question for the 8th. I may ask if you want to jot it down, but the whole, with the, what's that, the BBB Act federally, that's kind of, there are some impacts to that, to very, very large programs. Is that accurate? Potentially, I know.
Yes, there are impacts from that will impact the financing scope of what they had planned before that, yes.
Okay, I know personally, absolutely, things have to be in place by December 31st to receive any credits just on small home deals. So I can only imagine what the impacts of this are for larger deals that.
Right, so that's complicated, some of the things with financing, stretching the time out that this is taking because there were unknowns and now those are getting clarified, so that's what they're working from.
Okay, so it'd be great if somebody can have that data on the 8th on like what are the impacts.
Yep.
Just a note to bring to that, because I think that's super important now, unfortunately.
Yep, I
Thank
made
you,
note,
ma'am.
we'll have that. Thank you.
Any other matters of record anyone wanted to bring up? I was going to say, could I mention one little thing? I did have one little thing I wanted to bring up since we did have a lot of support on our rail study. I just wanted to point out that the 2025 state rail plan draft is out with a public comment period between now and October 24th. There is a virtual meeting scheduled for October 16th. And you can learn more at advancingparail.com. And there is a little blurb about our rail study in there as well. So we are in the plan. If nothing else, Mr. Portney, you want to entertain your motion to adjourn?
Just reintroduce that motion to adjourn.
I appreciate it. Thank you. Have a good evening, everyone. And great job. Packed meeting. We got done just under a little over an hour.
Thanks all.